Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Bachelor Season 30 lead reportedly won't be someone with a reality TV past. The Bachelor has been around for a long time and is approaching its 30th season. While in the beginning, it was common for casting to select the lead from a pool of unknown everyday citizens, more recent tradition has been to select a bachelor who had previously appeared on the franchise in some capacity. The most recent choice to buck the trend was Matt James for season 25, and even he was originally cast as a contestant on Claire Crowley's season before the COVID-19 pandemic changed casting plans. Before that, you would have to go all the way back to season 12. When Matt Grant was cast as the first ever international bachelor, as a UK citizen. Rumors have been flying about who could be the lead for the milestone season 30, and Swoon sat down with former bachelor Clayton Echard for an exclusive interview. While Clayton is not a casting director himself, he apparently has heard some behind-the-scenes info about the next bachelor lead, and the details may surprise fans. Clayton is not exactly everyone's favorite bachelor. Quite the contrary, he joked that he is known for ruining the love lives of 30 women. That is a bit of hyperbole, but in his season, he had fallen in love with someone who ultimately left the show, and the remaining women felt like leftovers, with his final choice ultimately rejecting his proposal. To be clear, Clayton is not in the running as the bachelor. However, he does have some insider insight on what fans could expect. According to his interview with Swoon, they're also looking for somebody that hasn't been on reality television prior, he told Swoon. Actually, I know of a few people who are talking to the Bachelor casting team. He continued, I'm excited. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm very shocked with a few of them that I've been hearing. I can't believe that this is a possibility. Right now, it's still too early to tell. No one's been chosen. But if somebody is chosen, and it's somebody I happen to know, it'd be pretty crazy. If Clayton's information is correct, and the new bachelor is going to be someone from outside reality television, that would buck the trend for their casting decisions, for sure. Whether that brings more of an audience or less of one, only time will tell. But the change could certainly be an exciting one, and it is very intriguing to see who they pick is connected to anyone we may know. This casting choice could go either way. On the one side, choosing someone who was not previously on the show means that fans may not be as attached to the lead in the way they grew attached to previous choices. On the flip side, a new voice and character could be a refreshing start and a clean slate without any preconceived notions or opinions that could drive controversy. Matt James' season was not received favorably, but perhaps this time around, the season will go more smoothly. We can't wait to find out. For nearly 2 decades, the Bachelor franchise has thrived on its own mythology. Leads were pulled from within its ecosystem, fan-favorite contestants who had once stood on the mansion driveway in glittering gowns or slick suits, vying for roses. Season after season, audiences became invested in these journeys, watching heartbreaks unfold and rooting for second chances. But now, as the show approaches its milestone 30th season, a major shakeup is reportedly on the horizon. According to multiple insiders, the next bachelor will not be someone plucked from the familiar world of reality TV. That's right, the man handing out roses this time won't be a returning contestant, nor a crossover star from another series. Instead, the producers are venturing outside of the bubble, seeking fresh blood with no past appearances on reality television. And that single choice could redefine the show as we know it. Breaking the cycle. Tradition has long guided the franchise. Typically, each new lead is drawn from the previous season's crop. A runner-up who captured hearts, a quirky fan favorite, or someone who wasn't quite done with their story. This circular rhythm created comfort for fans and gave producers a ready-made backstory. But comfort, as any veteran viewer knows, can breed predictability. By season 30, the formula feels well-worn. Viewers can almost script the teasers themselves. The man America fell in love with, now ready to find his happily ever after. Choosing an outsider disrupts this cycle. Without preloaded baggage or franchise-fueled fame, the new lead begins on a clean slate. There are no lingering feuds from Paradise, no unspoken loyalty to former contestants, and no audience expectations weighing down every move. It's a gamble, one that could reinvigorate the show or alienate longtime fans who crave familiarity. Why now? The decision comes at a time when The Bachelor faces both pressure and opportunity. The rise of streaming reality romances like Love Is Blind and Too Hot to Handle has challenged ABC's flagship to remain relevant. Those newer shows thrive on unexpected casting, everyday singles with no fan base, forced to forge connections in unorthodox formats. Meanwhile, critics of The Bachelor argue the franchise has grown insular. Leads arrive with pre-built Instagram followings and media training, and contestants often seem more focused on influencer deals than true love. A fresh-faced lead from outside the industry could help shift that narrative, reminding fans of the early seasons when the idea of an ordinary guy looking for love felt real. One insider put it bluntly, "We wanted someone who isn't trying to build a brand, someone who isn't chasing followers, just a man genuinely looking for love." Who could he be? Speculation is already running rampant. Without the usual pool of familiar names, the guessing game widens. Could he be a doctor, a firefighter, a teacher with a charming backstory, or perhaps a widower with a heart-wrenching journey of resilience? Producers are reportedly seeking a balance between relatability and aspirational qualities. Translation: they want someone viewers can imagine dating, yet also someone charismatic enough to anchor a primetime season. Past attempts to break the mold offer some precedent. In Season 12, Matt Grant, a British financier, was chosen despite having no U.S. television history. Though his season ended in a short-lived engagement, it remains one of the more memorable experiments. And let's not forget Juan Pablo Galevis, whose casting as a Venezuelan former soccer player introduced the franchise to a global audience, even if his season sparked controversy. This time, however, the producers seem less interested in flashy gimmicks and more focused on authenticity. A blank page for contestants. For contestants, this shift creates a unique dynamic. Normally, women enter the mansion with a pre-formed impression of the lead. They've watched him on The Bachelorette or followed his Instagram. Some arrive already swooning, others already skeptical. But in Season 30, everyone will be starting from zero. No preconceived notions, no curated social media presence to stalk in advance. Contestants will have to fall, or not, for the man in front of them, not the persona they've pieced together online. That could make the connections more genuine, or more chaotic. After all, first impressions will be rawer, and the competition to discover who this man really is will be fierce. Expect tearful confessions of, "I feel like I don't know him at all" in week 3. The risk factor. Of course, there are risks. With an unknown lead, there's no built-in fan base to guarantee viewership. The early episodes might lack the buzzy anticipation that usually surrounds a recycled favorite. And what if he doesn't live up to the hype? Casting a non-TV personality means unpredictable camera presence. Not everyone can handle the pressure of leading a televised romance with 30 hopeful contestants, all while narrating their feelings into confessionals. But the producers seem willing to take the chance. As one source explained, Season 30 is a milestone. We couldn't just repeat the past, we had to surprise people. The nostalgia factor. There's also something poetic about this decision. When The Bachelor first premiered in 2002, the entire premise was about an ordinary man opening his heart to the extraordinary possibility of love. Alex Michael, the very first Bachelor, wasn't a reality star or social media figure. He was just a management consultant from Virginia, thrown into a bizarre televised experiment. By returning to that ethos for season 30, the franchise might be closing a full circle chapter. Back to basics, back to authenticity, back to the unknown. Fan reactions. Unsurprisingly, fan forums are ablaze. Some are ecstatic, praising the producers for finally breaking the cycle. "No offense, but I'm tired of seeing the same people recycled," wrote one longtime viewer. "Give me someone new." Others are skeptical. "If I don't already know him, why should I care?" For these fans, the appeal has always been continuity, the sense of watching beloved characters evolve across multiple seasons. The real test will be how the fandom embraces the mystery. Can viewers fall in love with someone they've never met before? Or will nostalgia for the comfort of a familiar face outweigh the thrill of the unknown? A turning point. One thing is certain, season 30 won't just be another installment. It's shaping up to be a cultural litmus test for the franchise's future. If the gamble pays off, it could open the door to more outsider casting, perhaps even expanding beyond the straight, cisgender male archetype that has long defined the role. If it fails, producers may retreat to the safety of Bachelor Nation alumni. But maybe that's exactly the kind of risk the show needs at this stage. After all, love itself is a gamble. Why shouldn't The Bachelor reflect that? The rose awaits. As we await the official announcement, speculation will only intensify. Whoever this man is, he carries not only the hopes of 30 contestants, but also the burden of steering a legendary franchise into its next chapter. Will he stumble under the spotlight or thrive in his newfound role? Will he lead with heart or falter under pressure? No one knows, and perhaps that's the point. In a world where spoilers, social media, and franchise crossovers have made reality TV increasingly predictable, the greatest gift season 30 might offer is mystery. For once, fans can tune in not knowing what to expect. And that, in itself, feels like the most romantic twist of all.